My name is Sai Pranav Gandhi and I have built a cool retro styled game called Qua-Retro. This game can be played on multiple devices, which is unlike most of the available games that can only be played on one device. This is the most interesting, important and unique point of Qua-Retro. Retro means something from the past, and the games that I have built give an old time feeling. I have built 4 games. 1. Catch the fruits. Number 2. Avoid the obstacles. Number 3. Countdown. Number 4. Snake run. When I was a small kid, I used to watch elders play such games. I am sure many of you must have seen or played such games. I was curious as to how these games could have been built in such a small console. So, I started exploring what the Quarky has to offer for making games. It has 2 buttons which I mapped as left and right buttons. I mapped the touch sensors at the bottom to switch or swap between games. There are 5 touch sensors on the Quarky. I mapped the first 4 touch sensors as game selector buttons and the 5th one to read the score out to you. I turned the LED matrix into a display. And by the way, I won this Quarky as a top ambassador student award in last year's competition. The Quarky kit comes with a few default games. One such game is Catch the Fruits. This game was rebuilt by me using Pictoblox. The objective of the game is to collect the falling fruits. One loses the game when one fails to catch the fruit. To move, use the left-right buttons on the Quarky or the left-right arrow keys on the keyboard and phone. For every fruit that is caught, a point is scored. More other fruits caught, higher other points scored. While coding for this game, I thought of creating one more game that is exactly opposite to this one, wherein one dodges the falling fruits instead of catching them. In these 2 games, the movement of the gamer is along only one axis. So in my next game, Countdown, I added one more feature of moving along X and Y axis. In this game, the fruit appears at a random position in the XY plane, and the gamer has to quickly move towards it using the arrow keys on the computer and phone. On the Quarky, one has to use the right-left buttons to move sideways. However, unlike the computer or phone, Quarky doesn't have up and down buttons. So I had to devise a workaround button with the IR sensor. A blocked IR sensor gives a false value, which I used in my code to convert buttons into up and down. When the right IR sensor is blocked, right button acts as an up button, and when the left IR sensor is blocked, left button acts as a down button. The game 4, Snake Run, is inspired by the popular game Snake.io. This game has an additional feature to my game tree, wherein once a fruit is caught, the hunter becomes longer in size. The goal of this game is to make the snake as long as possible. The snake/hunter is constantly moving in the X and Y plane, using the same controls as in game 3. The game ends if the snake or the hunter accidentally touches the snake or the edge of the display. I coded it in such a way that initially The snake moves slowly and gains more and more speed as one scores. It uses the formula 34 minus score whole divided by 30. To make the game user-friendly, I designed menu-based screens. The opening screen gives the option to the player to read the instructions or to start the game. The start button leads to the settings screen, where one can select on which device they want to play the game. One can also set the LED brightness of the Quarky by dragging the slider. The option Quarky gives a quick intro on how to use the Quarky. The next screen is the home page, where one can view the games and play them, and also see their latest score. To access the settings page, again the S key can be pressed. One can also press Q to play some flashy lights on Quarky. The coolest feature are the sound effects. When a point is scored, this sound effect is played. When a game is starting, this sound effect is played. When the game ends, this sound effect is played. When you move, this sound effect is played. When debris or food falls, this sound effect is played. So, I hope you play the game and enjoy my creation.